Hello, dear students. Very good morning. As in biology you attended in chapter number 6 which we started, that is life process. In first, I think 7 lectures, you are already given an idea about all type of life process. You are given idea about nutrition, you are given idea about respiration, then you are given idea about blood circulation and transportation in plants as well as in animals. Okay, today we want to discuss in today's our lecture number 8, that is the last lecture. Okay, lecture number 8 in the chapter which you already know. So in today's lecture number 8, we are going to discuss about lecture number 8, that is in chapter number 6, that you all know, life process. We are actually going to discuss in today's lecture about one of the very important process that we call excretion. This is what we are discussing today. Excretion, this is our target. First we need to understand this word. What is actually excretion means? Understand what is the meaning of excretion. Try to understand. You all know one thing very well, that every living organism, be it unicellular or multicellular, has to perform this process to throw out excretory waste from their body. Excretory waste which is produced in our body may be in all three forms. It may be in the form of gas, may be in the form of solid, may be in the form of liquid. If it is in the form of solid, how it is excreted out of our body, that we already understood in the process of digestion, as you all know very well. If that waste is in the form of gas like carbon dioxide, how to throw out of our body, how to excrete it out, that we studied in respiration when we make you understood it in detail. Now if during various type of metabolic processes taking place in each and every cell of our body, in each and every organ of our body, some liquid waste is also produced. And that liquid waste is mainly what? So that mainly contains the liquid waste which needs to be thrown out of our body. Liquid waste. Understand that liquid waste mainly consists of urea, uric acid. Understand all this can be in one word, can be termed as, you all know, nitrogenous waste. This nitrogenous liquid waste from our body needs to be excreted out. But for throwing out this liquid waste, from our body, we have got a particular type of system. Today in our topic, no doubt we are going to discuss about human human excretory system in detail, but different animal also have got different type of techniques, mechanism to throw out any waste from their body. Some of the animal throw excretory waste from their body surface by the process of diffusion into the water directly. Means there are different ways of excreting different type of excretory waste from their body. Variety of organism, variety of mechanism for throwing out excretory waste. You have studied in 9th standard various types of organism, if you can remember. Porifera, understand, arthropoda, platyhelminthes, understood, then mollusca, all these animal which you have studied starting in the process of evolution from lower class has got different type of mechanism or excretory system for throwing out this liquid waste from their body. We have got a particular excretory system in our body to throw out this nitrogenous compound like urea, uric acid, etc., that liquid waste from our body. And it needs to be thrown out because every cell will throw this liquid waste in our blood. And via blood plasma, it has to reach our excretory organ and to be filtered out from our blood and to be thrown out of our body. If it does not happen, then this nitrogenous liquid waste will remain in our blood and result in decaying of our organs. Understand, and may result in death also. And you have already understood and studied that human excretory system is mainly consisting of kidneys. We have heard the word kidney already, and in previous standard also you studied a lot about kidney. Kidney are our main excretory organ that you all know very well. Understand how actually kidney filters urine, that is this nitrogenous waste from our blood. That is a very interesting topic to understand. Because our kidneys possess so many microscopic units, understand, which help in the process of removal of nitrogenous waste from our blood. Like at our home we have got RO system for purification of water. So the similar way, our kidneys also have got micro design filters to separate, means to filter out urine from our blood. So actually, let us first try to understand the structure of our kidney and who actually brings impure blood containing urinary waste to kidney. You have already understood, one thing is clear in your mind. Just now it is a contrast thing, we all know that only artery carries blood from heart to organ. Understood? But here actually arteries are doing different things, like I explained you in the internal structure of heart. Pulmonary artery actually carry impure blood, otherwise artery carry only pure blood, that you studied. But there you studied that pulmonary artery carry impure blood from heart to lungs. So here the same thing. Renal artery actually brings impure blood consisting of nitrogenous waste, urinary waste, up to our kidney. Our kidney filters urinary waste from blood, and then via renal vein the blood returns. Understood? Let us just try to understand the structure of our kidney. Human excretory system we are just trying to understand. Human excretory system. Okay, and human excretory system is mainly consisting of kidneys. We all have got a pair of kidneys, understand, which lies beyond our abdominal cavity. Let us try to understand and draw the structure of our kidney. Our kidneys are actually, we have got a pair of kidney. They are reddish brown kidneys. We have got a pair of kidneys and bean shaped and quite smaller. Let us first draw kidneys. Try to understand. First make some center line, okay. And just try to draw a pair of kidneys. We have got a pair of reddish brown kidneys, understand, in our body, right? Similar way on this side. Pair of kidneys. First let us draw this way and then this way. Pair of kidneys. Exactly on our kidney, there is not mentioned in textbook, but we can draw adrenal gland, which you all know lies on the surface of our kidney, that you all know. A pair of reddish brown kidney, and who actually brings impure blood consisting of urinary waste to our kidney. So that is renal artery. Let us try to draw renal artery. Understand? How can you draw a renal artery? This way. Suppose renal artery. Renal artery actually brings impure blood containing urinary waste. Understand? And here just so artery entering here. Okay. And here also so artery entering here. This way renal arteries, right, bring impure blood consisting of urinary waste. Understood? So these are renal artery brings impure blood consisting urinary waste. Up till this it is enough. This much if you draw, this is enough. Now renal vein, actually what is the role of the renal vein? So they carry blood from which urine is filtered out, understand, via bring back. So that is a renal vein. You can draw it here. Just inside you draw. This is enough. A renal vein actually. Okay, this way you can show from back. Right, this is renal vein. Now, this is renal vein and this is renal artery. Shading you can do yourself if you want it. Right, now actually renal artery, renal vein and kidney, after the blood is filtered in kidney, then this blood travel in ureter, a long tube-like structure arising from both kidneys. You can call it ureter. This is what we are showing, ureter. From ureter, a little long tube, okay. From ureter, it reaches to urinary bladder. And from urinary bladder, it reaches to urethra and then it is thrown out. Okay, this is the complete structure of kidney. Just for understanding, you can draw this way. The shading is not required. You can just show this. This is renal vein actually. Okay. And this is what you know. This is renal artery and this is renal vein. Okay. Right. Pair of kidney, ureter. Let us name all the organs here. The first, this is a pair of kidney we have. Then this is actually, which we have shown here, is actually adrenal gland. Understood? These are adrenal glands, a pair of glands on both the kidneys, adrenal glands here also. Adrenal glands, let us just name it, adrenal glands. Okay. We will understand in next chapter in hormone the importance of adrenal glands. Then this is actually renal artery. What is the role of renal artery? You all know, to bring impure blood consisting of nitrogenous waste like urea, uric acid, etc. to blood. Kidney actually filters the blood, understand, and then blood which is filtered has to return back via renal vein. So this is actually a renal vein. This is renal vein. The urine which is filtered out, understood, reddish brown kidneys, you can show a shading if you want to do, okay, otherwise shading though you can do yourself, understood. Now what happens after the urine is filtered? The blood returns back via renal vein, understood, and that blood which returns to renal vein goes to vena cava, you should understand. And then vena cava pour this blood to heart for throwing out gaseous waste like carbon dioxide. Now the urine which is filtered out, understand, from kidney travels to ureter. This is ureter, a long thin pipe like structure arising out from both pair of kidneys. From ureter it goes to urinary bladder. It goes to urinary bladder and then it goes to urethra, and then the moment ultimately urinary bladder and urethra get contracted, understand, it sends a message to brain, and brain ultimately orders us to throw out this excretory waste from our body. So this is the way how human excretory system actually works. We have got a pair of kidneys. Understand, this pair of kidneys are very important part of our body. Understand, for throwing out liquid urinary waste consisting of urea, uric acid, that nitrogenous waste has to be thrown out of our body. So we have got a pair of kidney. Renal artery brings impure blood consisting of nitrogenous waste to our kidney. Our kidney has got a lots of microscopic filtering unit which actually filters out blood from urine from blood. That blood from which the urine is filtered out will travel in renal vein and goes to vena cava. From there it goes to the heart, as you know. And the urine which is filtered by this kidney travels to ureter, then goes to urinary bladder, urethra, and then thrown out. This is the process. Excretion take place in our body. Okay. Now one more thing. You must be knowing that some people, see, kidney is most important part of our body, that you all know. Understand, any malfunction of our kidney, any infection to our kidney, it alters the process of urine formation. Understand, and when the process of urine formation is altered, it causes a serious problem for the body of any patient. So you must have seen that some people who have got some infected or malfunctioning kidney are actually remaining on dialysis. You know that? It is one type of specific instrument which actually does the work of kidney. It's not a part of your study, but dialysis means what? It's a particular type of filtering unit, understand, which is connected to your artery. And your blood will travel through that mechanism, and your urine is filtered out from your blood, and then it returns back. So that is one type of process consisting of thin membrane-like tubes and emulsifying liquid and all these things, understand, but that is called dialysis. Any infection to kidney is dangerous. Okay? Actually, what is inside the kidney, which actually microfilters, understand, urine from our blood, what is actually inside the kidney, that we want to understand, right? And that is those microscopic unit which are present in our kidney are actually known as nephron. Okay? Or they are also sometimes known as either nephron, or they are known as uriniferous tubule. Those uriniferous tubule or microscopic nephrons which are present in the kidney actually does the function of separating or filtering urine out of the blood. How they filter urine from blood? It is one type of ultrafiltration process. Understand? So, let us try to understand the structure of nephron actually. Structure of nephron we are trying to understand now, which actually does the function of ultrafiltration, that it separates out urine from blood. Okay. So let us try to draw the structure of nephron. See, you all know one thing before we start the structure of nephron. Suppose I draw one kidney just for understanding. You all know one thing very well. Can you tell me what enters consisting of impure blood in our kidney? So you all know that is renal artery. You understood this? And which actually leaves our kidney. So you all know renal vein. Understood? This must be very clear in your mind. Renal artery enters the kidney and renal vein emerges out of the kidney. Understood? So let us try to actually understand the function or structure and function of uriniferous tubule, okay, which is also known as, first let us write, it is called uriniferous tubule, or it is also known as nephron. And these nephron are actually the microfilters present in our kidney who does the function of purification of blood. It tries to remove urinary waste from our blood. Let us try to draw structure of nephron. Understand? Start drawing with me. We want to make some diagrams sufficient. Okay, chalo. First we will draw the complete structure of nephron, not artery, neither renal artery nor renal vein. Under some way in drawing the diagram some convolution is there. If you miss out, there is no problem at all. Just try to understand. See, let us start the structure of nephron this way. First draw this way. Structure of nephron. Okay. The front actually cup shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule actually. This front cup shaped structure is known as Bowman's capsule. Then from here, this is front cup shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule, and actually renal artery enters here only. And now let us show, first you have to show the complete structure of nephron only. Understood? See now how they have drawn the structure of nephron ultimately. See this way. Just try to understand this. Okay. This way you can draw, there is no problem. Okay. erase it. You can show this way. Okay, no problem. Perfect circle is not required. You should try it if you can do it. Okay. Then you extend it. Then from here, this way. Okay. And then Hanel's loop. Right. Then back. You can extend it. Then again from here. Back. Okay. Just let us try to understand and draw. Right. See, we are just trying to draw the structure of nephron ultimately, right? Structure of nephron first. This cup-shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule, and then you take turn this way. We are just trying to understand the structure of nephron. Now, from here, again one turns you to take. Okay. We're just erasing this, I just want to explain at that time only. Right. Okay. Now, just extend it. Okay. First, you have to draw this. And here I will draw a collecting tubule. Actually, collecting tubule you have to draw. And just showing the collecting tubule first this way, a straight line. Okay, and then just show this way some connections, collecting tubule. Okay, just try to understand. What is actually this collecting tubule is, that will explain you. Here also you can show one already. These are collecting tubule. Actually what happens, all such type of nephrons are actually connected with collecting tubules. This collecting tubule actually collects urine from all such microscopic unit. We have just shown one connected here with the collecting tube. Okay, there are such so many, almost our kidney consisting of such 10 lakh microscopic unit, 10 lakh. So each and every unit are connected with the collecting tubule. This is very important. Collecting tubule, understand, because all microscopic units actually pour urine which is filtered from blood in this collecting tubule actually. This is collecting tubule, collecting tube. Understood? Chalo, first this much diagram you have to know. Main diagram is this is very important. Front cup shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule. Then you have to take this way turns, okay, right, and this is how you can show. Actually, somewhat turns some mistake, so there is no problem whatsoever. Understand, right? You students should try to make perfect diagram themselves. Understand, right? Okay. Chalo. Now you all know, as I told you, renal artery actually brings impure blood in kidney, and kidney consisting of such microscopic unit. You all have studied one thing. I just saw renal artery here. You all have studied one thing very well, that renal, any artery, suppose I saw just renal artery. This is renal artery. Understand? Which actually brings impure blood containing urinary waste in our kidney. Kidney means in all such microscopic unit like nephron. You have already studied one thing very well, that whenever any artery enters the organ, it divides into arterioles, and arteriole divides into arterial capillaries. So here, how can we just draw? So suppose this is renal artery. We are not just labeling. This is arteriole entering, and then after entering here, it will divide into blood capillaries and forms a huge convoluted structure of tube, which is actually called glomerulus. We will label it later on. This is called glomerulus, and actually what has happened, this arteriole which has entered in this Bowman's capsule has further divided into minute convoluted tubule structure, and that tubule structure is known as glomerulus. So this cup-shaped structure was initially known as Bowman's capsule. This is Bowman's capsule, and along with the glomerulus, Bowman's capsule along with glomerulus is known as Malpighian body. What is it called? Malpighian body. The word hasn't been mentioned in your textbook, but you should remember that this arteriole which enters divides into minute capillary and form a huge network of capillaries there called glomerulus. Along with the Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, it is known as actually Malpighian body. Real filtration take place in this glomerular, in this part only. In glomerulus, the actual microfiltration take place. How this microfiltration take place inside this minute network of capillary, that we will understand, which is called ultrafiltration. Now urine is filtered out, and ultimately from the blood urine is filtered out, and that urine travels in this part of the nephron. This way we can show. This is the path of traveling of urine which is separated out. Understand? In Bowman's capsule, this is the way actually urine travels inside nephron. This is the way it travel inside nephron. We are just showing the path of traveling of urine, understand, inside the nephron. This is how the urine travel and reach to collecting tubes, collecting tubules. This is the path of traveling of urine. Urine is already separated, understand, from blood. Now from here again one arteriole comes out, and that arteriole is actually known as, these two arterioles are different, right? This arteriole, I am showing both the arterioles here because then we have to show renal vein from here. Okay. But I just want to explain you what is the difference between these two arterioles. These two are arterioles only. This arteriole is actually entering the Bowman's capsule, and this arteriole is actually leaving the Bowman's capsule. What is the difference in both these arterioles, that we will just now understand. Okay, let us complete the diagram. Now, from here you have to extend this renal artery up to this, somewhat passing from here, okay. Right. So renal artery we are showing. Right. And this renal artery which you have shown actually joins and form a renal vein. So we have to show here renal vein also. Like artery, let me show renal vein here. Okay. Renal vein. Suppose this is, we are showing a renal vein, and then you have to extend it. Okay. Renal vein, and here it connects with artery. How to join the junctions, that we will understand just now. First you draw this way. Renal vein joining with renal artery here. A renal artery. Okay. Shading karu na karu, that you can do yourself. Now here the joints we are showing it here. Okay. So first join from here you can show. Joint can be shown quite easily, understand, with arteries and veins. Let us try to draw it, joints. How can it be? So here draw this way. Okay. Suppose passing from here, you can show this way. This is sufficient. This way also you can show somewhat. Here also you can show in some other way, passing from here. Suppose you show this way, from here this way also it can be shown, no problem whatsoever. Understood? Right? To join you just so that is sufficient. Not to draw more joints, it is sufficient to just explain. Okay? Shedding you can do yourself. This is renal artery and this is renal vein we have shown. Okay, somewhat junction you can show from somewhere here also, right? That it can be shown, it can be, suppose here you show this way, suppose. Understood? This is actually passing from here. So this way also you can show, okay, up till this, and then returning. And then here, this way. You can show this way. Some joints you can show this way also. Suppose here also one joint. This way you can show any joint, not to be exact, understand? Suppose somewhat, okay, and arising from here and joining here. No problem at all. You can draw this way also. Arteries has to attach with this. From here also, suppose I can show not to go as exactly as per textbook, you can show this way also. Okay. Suppose I show this way and joining here, this is sufficient. Okay. Now, let us try to label it and understand it perfectly. Starting from here, I write renal artery. I am small writing because let me erase this. Okay. Here you write this one, afferent arteriole. Then this one you write efferent arteriole. Here you show renal vein. This one which I have labeled here is actually Bowman's capsule. This is glomerulus. Let me show somewhere here. Glomerulus. Okay. Then this is the nephron as it is shown, collecting tube. Actually this part of nephron can not mentioned in textbook, but this is called Henel's loop. Okay. And this first part can be called proximal convoluted tube. Proximal convoluted tube, and this can be called distal convoluted tube. This many labeling are sufficient. Okay. Now try to understand what actually take place. See. We will start explaining you how the urine is filtered from our blood. Understand from here. See. These are capillaries. Impure blood consisting of urinary waste enters Bowman's capsule via afferent arteriole. This is afferent arteriole. Understand, this is efferent arteriole. Actually, my dear student, you should try to understand. There is a difference in the diameter of both these arteriole. There is a difference. The diameter of afferent arteriole is more and diameter of efferent arteriole is less. That means more entry of impure blood here, but less exit of pure blood here. Because of the difference in the diameter, obviously the entry of blood is more, exit of blood is less. Because of this difference in diameter, actually what happens, blood will flow out in this glomerulus, means in this capillary, with great pressure. These capillary are specially designed in this way. Suppose we just highlight one capillary. Suppose this is capillary. The wall of the capillary, this is capillary. Actually the wall of the capillary are like semi-permeable membrane. It will allow only some thinner component to pass through it. So what happened? Actually when blood flows with great pressure in this capillary, suppose this is blood flowing with great pressure in this capillary, what happens actually? Wall of the capillary are designed in such a way that it will allow only urinary component to separate out. So when blood flows through glomerulus in capillary, urine escape out from the wall of the capillary and blood remains and revolve in the capillaries. This is called ultrafiltration because it takes place by just the pressure. And because the urine which is filtered out by ultrafiltration then travel in the entire structure of nephron, which we have shown here by diagram, and then collects in the collecting tube. From collecting tube where it goes? To ureter, then urinary bladder, urethra, and thrown out. Okay, now blood which is filtered out come out of efferent arteriole. Understand? This blood traveled throughout this. Understand? And then through renal artery this blood travel in the renal vein and returns to vena cava, as I told you. Then it goes to vena cava, that you all know. Understand? Now one more thing. This way the urine is filtered out. Should I explain again? Try to understand. Difference between the two arteriole, afferent and efferent. Diameter of afferent arteriole is more than the efferent arteriole. Because of this difference in pressure or diameter, the blood will flow with great pressure in the glomerulus, and wall of the capillaries are designed in such a way that it filter out from its wall urinary component. That urinary component separates out and urine travel throughout the path of the nephron before it goes to the collecting tube. At the same time, blood travels in this renal artery. Then as you know, renal artery again combines and form renal vein, and the blood returns. Understand? To vena cava, and it goes to the heart. One thing here must be very clear, that somewhere we have shown junction that you can see from here. Actually what happens, suppose when urine is traveling here and filtered blood is also traveling in this renal artery, actually at this junction point what occurs actually? Reabsorption take place because when our urine is separated out from our blood, some useful component, which is actually not nitrogenous waste, but because from the wall of the capillary, urine separate out from the blood, filter out from the blood. At the same time, some useful component like glucose, protein, amino acid also is filtered out of the blood, which we do not have to throw out of our body because they are useful components. So actually what happens at this junction point, suppose I mention here, urine is traveling in this uriniferous tubule and pure blood is traveling this renal artery. At this junction point, actually renal artery absorbs those important components like glucose, protein, amino acid and returns back to our blood. Understood? So this reabsorption is also necessary. So this is how nephron works. And our one kidney, understand, as I told you, consisting of so many microscopic such unit, and every unit does the same function of filtering urine, understand, and throwing the urine in collecting tubules, and from collecting tubes it goes to ureter, ureter to urinary bladder, to urethra and thrown out of our body. Okay? So dear student, I expect it is clear in your mind the function of nephron. Understood? Make it very clear in your mind. So, as far as I told you that kidney is most important organ of our body for the excretion of urinary waste from our body, but actually that work is done by such microscopic unit called as nephron. We have drawn the structure of nephron also. You should try to draw the same structure. I am drawing on the board, but you have to draw on your book. You should try to draw at least 5 to 6 to 7 times the perfect diagram. And as I told you in biology, what you require is understanding of diagram, just not to make a super diagram. You have to understand what you are drawing actually. You should understand that you are drawing renal artery and vein. Here you are drawing two arteriole, glomerulus, and how arteries are making the junction point at some point during the path of nephron. That is important. In textbook there is no mention of reabsorption of glucose, amino acid, urine, but here I explain you that at junction point actually the reabsorption of protein, glucose, amino acid take place. So my dear student, today's lecture number 8, okay, is enough. Excretion process I explained you. So this chapter number 6 ends today. We explain all the life processes in this chapter. In the next chapter we will start control and coordination. Okay? So you must have understood the topic thoroughly. Read from textbook or from our material. And for today's lecture, thank you very much from Bharat sir.